Hey guys, homeless person here, and today I want to talk about some of the big problems I'm starting to see with the Twins. This is not like the obvious stuff that I've been talking about already, like the bugs and the balancing issues and things like that. I'm talking about what is ending up being the most effective playstyle, and it's looking like it's starting to be really unhealthy for the game already. Because once people realize that this is the most effective way to play this killer, it's going to be like as hated as Spirit or Deathslinger. So I'm not looking forward to that. I think it's going to actually start being a problem. So um, I'm basing this off of other players that I've watched that I know to be good players because I have not been able to play the Twins very much. I got too fed up with them because I was having bugs almost every other match. Like literally, you can go look at my last Twitch VOD. I was getting stuck on the floor like every other game. I must have gotten insanely unlucky because people are getting bugs, but not that frequently. Either way, it really demoralized me, and I did not want to play the killer anymore. So I've just been watching people like Tofu and just like other people that are shown to be good at the killer, and I'm basing my opinions off of that. But I'm starting to see really unhealthy gameplay come from this, and it's mostly on the survivor side, um, being the victims of this. So it seems like there are only a couple of effective ways to play this killer. If you try to play this killer in a normal way, you're actually going to lose almost every match unless the team is absolutely terrible. What you have to do are two extremely effective things. The first effective thing you can do is essentially face camp anybody, anywhere, at any time. And this is, obviously one of the biggest things that survivors hate having happen to them because you don't really get to play the game. This killer might be the best face camper in the entire game, like even better than Bubba, because while Bubba is scarier when there's one person there, this killer can still retain map pressure while face camping. So what you can do is leave Victor directly under a hook, or just near the hook even, and then you go about your day as the killer. And sure, you don't have a power while Victor's there, but you're still pressuring other people. You can still chase people normally. If you have like Spirit, Fury, Enduring, you can still easily down people without a power. It's not that hard. So you can be face camping a guy on the hook and then still chasing other people, which means that there's only two other people left that are not being pressured. And as soon as one of those guys goes for a save, Killer Instinct will pop on Victor, and you immediately switch back, and it's impossible to save at that point. If they try to save at full health, then you can jump on them and they have a Victor on their head so they can't save. If they're injured, you simply just down them. And that leads to a scenario where you're pressuring a lot of people and you're still face camping someone, so the guy on the hook is having a terrible time, and the guy going for the save's having a terrible time because he can't actually get a save. So that is already shaping up to be one of the most effective ways to play the Twins, because why would you not do that? It's extremely effective, and it really doesn't cost you that much because you're still pressuring other parts of the map. So that is a huge, I think, glaring oversight, and it's going to be how a lot of these killers will start playing. And in that scenario I'm talking about, if you're injured and you go for the save and he switches back, which you can't really stop because you can't kick him fast enough. The Killer Instinct is wider. If he switches as soon as you hear the Killer Instinct, you won't have time to actually kick him. So you will always get caught in that scenario. And if you're injured and you go down, then you get slugged. And this is the other, I think, huge issue with this killer. This killer almost 100% relies on slugging to win. And it's not like Oni. Oni is made better by slugging, but you can still easily win with Oni with not slugging. You only lose like a quarter of his power if you pick somebody up. Like I can win very easily without having to slug like at all with Oni. Maybe like once or twice, but you're not going to get like 4-man slugs. I mean, you can, but it's not required to win is what I'm trying to say. With this killer, it's almost required to win against a good team. You have to slug everybody like at all times because obviously Victor cannot pick anybody up and he's very threatening once everyone's injured. So it leads to the scenario where the smartest thing to do is to slug the entire team, which again is absolutely horrible for the survivors. It's just going to be getting slugged is, I think, in my opinion, more boring than getting face camped. Because at least when you get face camped, it's like, you can take some pride in the fact that the killer's dedicating a loss basically just to killing you. You pissed him off so much, so at least you get some sort of sense of haha. There's some good feeling there. When you get slugged, the killer is winning, and also you don't get to do anything. So I think being slugged as a survivor is the most boring thing in the game. And this killer has to slug to win against good teams. They just have to. Because you think about how long it takes to do stuff. Like, when a match starts, you probably have to get a default hit first. So you have to spend the start of the match getting a default hit, and then you get a hit, and then you send out Victor, and then you chase with Victor, and then you down with Victor, because it's easier to chase with Victor. And then you have to switch back to Charlotte, and Charlotte's got to walk back to the person and then pick them up and then put them on a hook. Then you switch back to Victor. Like, it just takes too much time to just do a standard 12-hook game. You can't do it. You'll lose almost every time, even against not great teams. It just won't work. So you have to play in this playstyle where you get everyone injured and then use Victor to snowball and slug everybody. And that is what I'm seeing the majority of good twins do. And that's not going to be fun at all for the survivors. I know it's not all about the survivors' fun and everything like that, and that's fine. But that is going to be a serious issue combined with the face camping. Like, once people realize how to play this killer in the most effective way, hey, look, I'm stuck on the floor. Wow. Then it's I'm starting to see that this is going to be a killer that's as hated as Spirit, in my opinion. I'm calling it right now that this is going to be a killer that's as hated as Spirit once people start getting better and realizing the most effective way to play. So I'm not looking forward to that at all. Going against as a survivor. I am looking forward to eventually playing the killer when it's not bugged to shit and I can actually play the killer. But until then, I definitely have noticed this issue and I wanted to bring it to light early. So hopefully something can change before it gets too set in stone that this is the most effective way to play. So that is it. Just a little bit of a foreboding warning, I guess. And hopefully the devs see something about this and address it. But, it's them.